Hello, it's really late right now as I'm making this video. I'm a senior citizen bedtime kind of person, so anything after 8 o'clock is super late. But I wanted to share some things, and I don't have really good lighting in here right now. I'm in my yurt, and I am going through a big change in my life, and I'm sure you are too. And I wanted to put it out there that change is not easy. Making decisions is not easy. And something that I've learned is to get really clear on what you fear the most. Because it doesn't matter what goals and visions and dreams we have if we don't understand what we're afraid of. Then you can't understand where the brakes are being pressed. So, what are you afraid of the most when it comes to changing? Are you afraid of being alone? Are you afraid of not having certain material comforts? Are you afraid of not knowing someone if you need to move or something like that? What are you afraid of? I'd love to know what someone else is afraid of. Because in my life, the main thing that drives me to do what I do is my biggest fear is getting to the end of my life and looking back and saying, I wish I would have done that. My biggest fear is regret, regretting that I didn't do something. So the changes that I'm going through right now they're scary and they're exciting. And I think being scared and being excited is like the same frequency, the same energetic level. We just can put a different word on it, but you kind of feel the same way. And it's challenging. We get really comfortable in our lives. You're really comfortable with the thermostat set at 70 degrees or 65. We get really comfortable with a nice hot shower. We get really comfortable with being able to walk into our kitchen and make the things that we need to make. And we can get really comfortable knowing that when you go to your job or your work, you can get really comfortable knowing that, you know what? I know exactly what's expected of me when I walk through the door. I'll never forget, back when I was in the Navy, I checked into a destroyer and I didn't know how to use the Aegis weapon system consoles because I had never been on an Aegis weapons system ship. I came from amphibious backgrounds, and I also came from the supply oiler background. So when I got to this destroyer in Hawaii, the guys that I worked with, they gave me a lot of smack because I didn't know the console. I didn't know what buttons to push. I had a learning curve. And I want to personally, if you're watching this video and you're one of those guys, I want to personally thank you for being that way to me, because people like you giving me a hard time for coming somewhere new and not knowing what I was doing, you've given me so much drive and ambition in my life, so thank you so much. But if you've never worked at a certain office or building or type of job, you can't expect to know what you're going to do when you walk through. So a lot of times if we're changing something, the unknown is really scary. I'm not going to make this a really long video tonight, but I want you to know that you're way more capable of so many things than what you realize. But the things that we fear is really what holds us back. And so my motto is, I don't want to live in regret, so I'm just going to say F it and go for it. And then later on, I'm like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? But a lot of times, we could be so afraid of change that we never hit the gas pedal. We never take the step. We never make the jump. We never go for it. And If we could spend as much time focusing on ourselves as we're worried about what's going on the news or on social media or what someone else is doing, if we could just focus on ourselves, focus on what do you like, what do you not like, what makes you frustrated, and how can you change that? I'm telling you, we can really change the world for the better. We can make the world really light up with happiness and joy because we would be doing the things that we loved. So if you find yourself constantly complaining about something or someone, just remind yourself that complaining is a sign that something needs to shift and change. Whether that's you, your situation, your current place, the people you're hanging around. And yeah, just change. Change something. Change the hand that you brush your teeth with. I don't know. I just want you to know that I'm totally scared and uncomfortable every day. Every single day. Totally uncomfortable. But my biggest fear is living in regret. I would love to know what your biggest fear is. If you want to leave a comment below and share what you're afraid of. I used to think that being alone was scary, but then I've spent a lot of time alone, and I understand that we're never really alone. And sometimes you can be with someone and you can see in their eyes they're not really there, and you feel lonely anyway. So being alone and being lonely are two different things. And I don't know, maybe something else that you could be afraid of is just the unknown. Like, I don't know what to expect. Well, guess what? What would you like to happen? What would be the best case scenario that you could come up with? And see maybe if from that best case scenario, you can get yourself motivated to make that change and to do the thing that you want to do, to learn about something more, to go and teach something, to go and aspire to do something that's really going to make you light up. Thank you for joining me. This has been really short and really sweet. And there's the top of the yurt. It's so beautiful. If you don't like being alone or lonely, I would suggest finding a line of work that you really get to serve other people. Because for me, the fact that I get to be with people and help people throughout the day, it really fills my cup. And I feel that I'm being of service. Even though I'm single, I don't have children, I don't have family near me. So when I'm not working, I do spend most of my time solo to recharge my battery. And being of service to others in whatever capacity you could be a great place to spend your time when you're working and making an income. If you feel like you don't want to be alone or lonely, help other people. And yeah, thanks for sharing that. I will talk to you all soon. Have a wonderful week. We have a great week of energy ahead. There's a lot more flow and supportive energies. So use this week wisely. We've been coming through a really rough, chaotic time. Use this next week as a really good support of energy to help you get to the next place in your life. Let go of toxic things and move towards something that's going to help you stay brighter and lighter as we move through this interesting time. I'm sending you a big old hug right through the screen. Big hugs. I'll see you soon in the next video.